Hi love, hello and welcome to Co-Creative Healing Journey. My name is Greta. I'm a healer and I post content here on the channel intended to serve you in your journey of spiritual growth and evolution. And today's reading is smack dab in the area in the sense that we are connecting you to spirit. These are messages the spirit wants to share with you. I don't know what they are yet, actually. So there's no specific area. It's a very general reading, but it has to do with something the spirit wants to talk to you about. And we're going to see why. We're going to find out together. So, love, timestamps are in the description box, and I will see you in your reading in just a bit. Hi, love. Hello to those of you who chose the first pile. We have here a very interesting message for you from Spirit. And let's run through the cards, then we'll get to it. We have forgiveness, which says, I forgive myself, I am forgiven. We've got a King of Pentacles, a Three of Pentacles. With works, we've got Mintanken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And we have the equivalent of Major Arcana number 17, the star usually, and here it is called heal. So the message that Spirit has for you is that I'm getting it like time out. Spirit is calling a time out. Spirit is calling time on it. It's time for you to release a situation, a circumstance, something in your life that really has been very wounding for you. This was a situation in which you felt that you had belonging. You felt that you were at home. And this can be in your family. This can be another person. This can be at work, a friendship. But this was a situation and circumstance where initially you felt like you were being loved unconditionally. You felt like you were being accepted as who you are, and that things were just going along nicely. But then with this King of Pentacles, this is a deck that talks about striving for more and more, learning to strive more and more. It's something like the search for more and more stimuli that has us try to reach higher levels. And I feel like it's talking about how you found out basically there were limits to the love that you were receiving, and more was being asked of you. There was this increasing, like enchère, what is it in English? It's a like when people when people go on auction and they're bidding, there you go, you had to bid, do more in order to get the love that you previously used to get very easily. You really had to work hard for it, and you had to set aside a lot of what was authentically you and authentically yourself, a lot of what you really did authentically want and need in order to feel a sense of belonging. So for example, if you needed gestures of love in order to feel belonging or quality time with a person, then as you were bidding for their love, you had to let go of that. You had to let go of things that you genuinely needed, and also parts of who you were, aspects of who you were. You felt that you had to, right? You never have to, but you felt that you had to in order to maintain the relationship. There's here this energy of chains, feeling bound, feeling chained. So this feels like it wasn't just any random relationship, but that it really was a relationship that was key in your life and that you felt was part of your foothold, your security, your foundation in life. A space, a relationship, a dynamic that you really got a lot of your sense of security from, and therefore it was harder to come out of these dynamics. But I feel that where you are, you have come out of it. But even if you are in it now, Spirit is saying that even if you've moved on from it, you're still carrying the wounds from it. You're still carrying the sense of longing for it. And you might be going into new relationships, new circumstances, taking that energy with you. So looking for that original promise, but then finding betrayal, or maybe projecting that old betrayal onto new situations and circumstances. And I feel like you've recently, this is a general reading, so take it as resonates, but I feel like there's recently been some kind of wake-up call, some kind of experience where you went, oh my God, I've been doing that. I've been projecting the old situation onto the new one. Or, oh my God, I've been in the cycle of reproducing the same thing over and over again. And you are in a space right now where this message can reach you. And the message from Spirit is that it is time to let this go. it is time to resolve this energy, and in order to really resolve it, it requires forgiveness. So first and foremost, with these angels here, I feel like you have this spiritual energy around you that is bringing through messages and synchronicities and teachings maybe, but you're on a broader journey than just this reading that is teaching you about forgiveness. And you may or may not be aware of this, but if you put the dots together, if you connect the dots of significant things that have been happening in your life recently, and over the recent times, you're going to find some form of red thread, connected narrative energy that has to do with one whole process that you are going into, that is about forgiveness. And it is about forgiving the people, the other people, the situations, the circumstances, the institutions. We can also be betrayed by things like religion, things like societal expectations, and so on. So wherever this betrayal of your trust has happened, wherever it happened, it is time for you to forgive the other parties involved, but also to forgive yourself, for going along, to forgive yourself essentially for abandoning yourself. And that's what Spirit is saying. I'm here first and foremost for you. That's what Spirit would say. Spirit is here for you. Spirit, it wants you to be free, wants you to break these chains, wants you to stand in a situation, in a circumstance, in a space that is a lot more free and wholesome, so that you can thrive and so that you can move on from this. One of the classic things is that we forgive not because what the other people did, what happened was okay, but we forgive because we don't want to carry this burden anymore. And Spirit is saying there are spaces of belonging for you. There are people, places, things where you are going to find what you originally had, what you originally wanted, what you thought you had. You are going to find that for real. You're going to realize it, and that's why you need this healing. So think of it in this way. Think of it as something that you do for yourself, not at all in relation to other people, but it's you forgiving yourself and saying that back then you maybe didn't feel like you deserved you standing by yourself and honoring your authentic being, loving yourself for who you were and as you were. Maybe you didn't know how to, you didn't feel that you could, you just didn't make that choice, and that's okay to forgive yourself for making that choice. But here and now, today, make that choice. Choose yourself here and now, today. And that's what's going to set you free, and that's what's going to end this cycle, you choosing yourself. So love. I'm going to draw some more cards. They've been pre-shuffled. We're going to draw some cards to... I wanted to get advice, but now I just feel like I want to see what more Spirit wants to say. So let's get 3 cards there. And then I want to draw some cards for this outcome, because Spirit is saying there are these beautiful, amazing things, and I want you to have a little bit of the energy with you to move through this. So what is going to come, Spirit? There you go. So, we have got the 10 of Pentacles, where there you go. Right next to the King of Pentacles, by the way. So, these skills, what you learned, it's not in vain. You're going to leverage it in some kind of way. We're going to see more. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, and then we've got the 7 of Swords. Okay. So what more Spirit wants to say is that with this 10 of Pentacles, it's talking about how what you've demonstrated is that you really have an ability to go far in order to serve what it is that you want. Another person, a relationship, a circumstance, whatever you gave up in order to maintain the sense of belonging, it really shows. You can see it in the under the light, under the aspect, from a perspective of seeing how dedicated you are and how willing you are to do what it takes in order to serve what you love. And Spirit wants you to take it in that way, because then you can see that this perspective, someday it's going to be, you're going to be able to leverage it in a way that's healthy. You're going to meet people where that is matched. So what you're capable of giving, you're going to find that in another. So King of Pentacles finds Queen of Pentacles, or King of Pentacles finds other King of Pentacles. It is going to be a match of your skill level and ability in that area. And the Ten of Pentacles also talks about things that are long lasting. This is long-term security that is just guaranteed, even generational, something that is just foundational. These are going to be relationships, circumstances, situations, whatever. It's like the exact match for whatever you lost. So if you lost a relationship, you're going to get another relationship. If you lost a job, you're going to get another job. It's the same kind of position, same kind of dynamic, exactly, but one that is successful, one that is what you really, really want, one that is worth celebrating, and again, one that will be have a real longevity. And this message is coming in. Spirit is saying, don't get it twisted with the Seven of Swords. You didn't do anything wrong. That's like an illusion. Working that hard, giving that much, putting in that much effort is not wrong. It's about doing it in the right circumstances, with the right people, for the right reasons, and so on. And so that ability to give of yourself, to dedicate yourself, it is something to commend yourself for. Like he's just tooting his own horn. Toot your own horn for it. And certainly Spirit wants to commend you for it. So that's also part of setting yourself free. It's setting yourself free from judging your own generosity, from judging your own, what would be the word? Judging your own capability for love, your own willingness. There you go, willingness to go the extra mile for what you love. So, because the thing is that sometimes people do that, we do that, and it is for codependence. And so you might have seen a lot of things that talk about codependence and kind of label what you've experienced in a negative light. And I'm not going to go into that because it's a general reading. I really wouldn't be able to know. But the message the Spirit is having me pass on to you is that it's not all just one thing. There's also the aspect where you're just incredibly like gifted at giving of yourself. This is not an easy thing to do. A lot of people try to do this, to try to give as much as you did, to go as far as you've gone, and they're not even able to. So whatever don't look at this ability based on its outcome. Look at the ability for what it is, and then when you apply that same ability with the right circumstances, the right people, the right timing, that's a perfect storm that will bring you success, right? So we already got a lot about the outcome, but let's get some more. We got Six of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful energy of success, but also validation. We have a Four of Cups, and we've got the Eight of Cups. Okay, I love this. I really, really love this. Six of Wands is talking about, again, success, validation, but that match, that level of being equal, that level of being on the same level. On the same level, there's a complementarity, a really, really good fit. And when you have all of these people around, I feel like Spirit is saying that it's like out of a lot of people, you will find one another, you will choose one another. It's about having lots and lots of options, certainly, but then choosing. You're going to be together by choice. There we go. You're going to be together because you both are opting to be together, or you and this workplace, and you and this religion that you're going to find, or situation, whatever it is, right? Whatever this thing that you're receiving, that you're going to find, that's really going to be a perfect match for you. You're going to have other options, and the choice, the aspect of you choosing one another and then putting in that work towards that is going to be strong. And with it kind of showing up next to the Three of Pentacles, I feel like both of you, or whoever, whatever the other party is, you will have worked on yourselves. You will have worked on yourselves. If it's a new workplace, it's a workplace that has its stuff together. It knows, it has its priorities clear. It knows what matters, and so on and so forth. With this Four of Cups here, there's rest. Oh, this is beautiful. You're going to find a situation where you don't have to be on edge. You don't have to be on either. Like, you can be restful. You don't have to protect yourself, but you don't have to be stand at attention in order to provide, in order to give what is needed, in order to be something for those people or that situation. You're going to find a greater amount of peace there. And then with the Eight of Cups, there's an energy of you being taken care of when you're down, when you're in a difficult position, this is a person, this is a workplace, this is a job that is going to be able to fill you up, to also pour into you, to invest in you. I mean, we just saw with the pandemic so many people who lost their jobs just like that. That workplace said, well, we don't need you right now. So that need got translated into a lot of people just being fired and being left to their own devices, right? You figure it out. So it could also be that kind of job, finding a job that says, okay, even when you're down, even when there are difficulties, we'll stand by you. We're going to take care of you. This is really, really beautiful energy. So this is the message the Spirit had for you. And I have here a takeaway to read to you at the end. We've got surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's that old line, drinking poison. What is it? Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and thinking that it hurts the other person. And the only one that's hurting here is you. And moreover, this resentment, this negative energy that you're holding on to that is yet to be resolved through forgiveness, it is like a barrier between you and where you really want to go with those positive situations that you are intended to be in. So by all means, go through the process, work the process. It is a process, and forgive. Let it all go, because something so much better is going to be waiting for you, is waiting for you. So love, that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it served you. I hope that you got the guidance, the inspiration, the love, the light that you want, need, and deserve at this time. May you be blessed always and in always. And if this reading served you, feel free to subscribe for more. And if you're interested in me and my work, then you can find all of the description in all the information in the description box. I'm a little blissed out. This really, really feels very, very blissful. So this is our time together. Thank you so much for bringing this energy my way. Sending you lots and lots of love. Bye. Hi love, hello those of you who chose the second pile. We have here a very interesting message for you. Spirit wants to talk to you about a relationship in your life with this compatibility here. And this is a relationship in which you are feeling good, you're feeling that things are working out right now, and you're feeling like you have met your match and you have got your what's the word? It's like reciprocity, balance. Yeah, this notion of match, that you're a good fit and that this relationship is a good fit for you. But what Spirit is saying is that you have here these two people who are wearing the same kind of uniform, and they're flying on the same kind of bird, and they're meeting at the same altitude. So because of how things are happening, there is the perception of a match. And Spirit, actually, with this card, this is literally, I mean, I think it's the sixth angel of the apocalypse, actually. And this is the rider waiting for judgment. The writer here is awaiting their judgment, and it talks about courage and standing a trial. So what basically Spirit is saying is that you need to evaluate this situation with the Knight of Swords. Swords is a consciousness energy, in a very conscious way, to give it some thought, to give it some contemplation, to look at it also from different kinds of perspectives, and maybe apply a different idea of relationships to it. Because the idea of how you're determining your compatibility is shallow. Sorry, that's what it is. It's shallow, or it is it's just not the right filter to apply to this situation for some reason. We're going to go deeper into it. But it's like, I mean, this has happened to me so many times. I would meet people and they would talk about being spiritual, and they would use the right words, and we would have the same kind of references and same kinds of experiences. And then further on down the line, I realized that they were words more than something that someone actually lived out, something that someone actually embodied. Now, we're not saying that that's what you have here in this situation. What Spirit is saying is that you don't have the means to know, because how you're appraising it, how you're engaging with the situation is not deep enough. You have to go deeper. You have to go into the heart. Actually, this says move and then heart. But it's coming back a little bit later. We'll get to that. But devotion, tune into the portal of the heart. Our heart is where we have our values, where we have our intentions, where we have our priorities. It is where we relate to and feel and are guided by what is most important to us. Those importance, the things that set our priorities in life, that's the space that you should be, or not that you should be, but that spirit is inviting you to step into in order to judge whether this connection really is compatible. You see this heart here, there's a heart here and a heart there. Are you really meeting at heart level, or are you meeting at a mental level, even at an emotional level? And it's very beautiful to meet at an emotional level and emotional connections, but emotion and thought are still at the level of the psyche. They're closer to the ego than they are to your soul. Your soul is closer to your heart. Your soul is connected to your heart. And so the spirit is saying, find out, right? Don't just assume that this is a heart-based connection. Find out whether or not it is. And it doesn't mean, there's nothing about this message that is doom and gloom, because we have the page of wands, and this is spirit saying that you have creative potential, creative spark. You have creative potential in this situation. You can make it what you want it to be, but in order for it to be what you want it to be that compatible match, that compatible connection, it has to come through the heart, and you have to move through the heart. That's who you are. That's how you function. And if that person is a match for you, then that needs to be also how they are and how they function. And if you move into your heart, then they're going to join you if that is also how they function. So you can set it for yourself. You don't need to wait on them to like reveal something grand about themselves. You can simply invite them into the heart, and then you can see how they follow you and what comes of it. But there also has to be that willingness to see. Now, this happened to me again years ago. I remember being in this time of great heart expansion and growth, and being at an impasse in a relationship. And so I wrote that person a letter. I wrote them a letter from my heart, expressing, really what I was feeling in my heart, what was most important to me, what I wanted them to know. And I sent it, and I got back something like, you're trying too hard to convince me that you have good intentions. And I was like, what the hell? But right there and then I knew, okay, this heart connection is not there, or this is not a heart connection. And that's fine, right? That's fine. But when you know, then you can go about things in a different way. So let's get you some more guidance. Let's deepen this message. Because I'm thinking how to move this into the heart. We've got a Queen of Pentacles. We have got a Knight of Pentacles and a Knight of Cups. There you go. Okay. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's talking about you feeling very secure and feeling like you are on right foot. So first and foremost, you have to get clear with yourself that this is something that you have the right to do. This is something that you're allowed to do. Maybe sometimes, when people are dating or get to know one another, we don't talk about things that are important. We try to keep it light. We try to keep it fun. It would be this kind of energy. Or, again, I've been here. So many stories, but sorry. I remember talking to like an older friend, and they told me, we were talking, and they were talking about when they were young, and they had just met someone. I forget what age they were, but they had just met someone important. And they were telling me how they were having this conversation with them about things that are important, how they want to lead their lives and things like that. And this person just said to me, like, imagine when I used to be younger, I used to just talk to them about music and what kind of movies they liked, and thought that was an accurate representation of who this person would be and how well we would fit together. Ha ha ha, could you imagine it? And I just laughed along, ha 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 ha, thinking, oh my God, I still do that. It is that kind of energy. It's about you kind of bringing in this more mature energy, and being and feeling very justified in doing that you have the right, because it's talking about security and you deserving security and valuing it and making it a priority, and how much you have the right to do that in this instance. So with Knight of Pentacles, Spirit is saying that you're going to have to make the effort, and you're going to have to get kind of detailed about it, set a plan, but also follow through on it. And also, it's not something you do just once, right? You have one conversation with this person and they respond in a certain way and you're like, oh God, that's that, right? It is something that where you give it a certain amount of time, and you take the conversations, you take your interactions into things that really touch your heart, things that you love, things that matter to you, things that are important, not just things that feel good or that you think are cool, but really coming into the heart consciousness and inviting them along there. And then with the Knight of Cups, it's about also being very gentle. You know, it's serious business, so you do this in a dedicated way, like in a conscious way, that you're going to do this in a detail oriented way. You pay attention also with the Knight of Pentacles. Pay attention to those details. Pay attention to the small things that the people are saying. And then with the Knight of Cups, there's this energy of also do keep it light, do keep it playful, right? This is not about shining a lamp into their face. What do you think is important? It is about getting to know this person. So it's also something for you to enjoy. And that's what Spirit is saying. Don't do it in a way where you're feeling awkward or you're feeling unpleasant. It's about you extending yourself. You're opening your heart to them. You're inviting them in. So also do it in a way where it feels light and enjoyable for you. So I want to draw some more cards because I want to ask the outcome. What is this going to lead to? And we already know the Spirit isn't going to say this is going to work, this is not going to work, because that's up to you. There's a creative process between you and this person, right? It depends on the extent to which they take you up on this invitation into the heart. But at the very least, we can say that we have the Devil. Okay, nice. Nice. We've got the Moon, Major Arcana number 15, Major Arcana number 18, and we've got the Six of Wands. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. All right. The Devil is talking about you facing some kind of shadow aspect, some kind of fear that has you not already doing this. You would naturally be doing this because that's who you are and how you function. But there is some kind of fear, some kind maybe even of trauma, something that you've experienced in the past that has caused you. I did feel that before. That has caused you to kind of move away from your heart consciousness, or at least not share it with others or open your heart as easily to others. And so this is about you consciously doing that and consciously facing those fears, because you see here there's a dead tree in the reflection, and the dead tree represents life, things that don't grow, that don't evolve. And Spirit is saying that without this, that's kind of where you would head. If you don't step into your heart and live this situation, this connection from the heart, it's not going to work for you. That's who you are. And Major Arcana for me is soul level energy. So we are talking about your true being here. Your true being long term will not find satisfaction in this connection without it being a heart-centered one. With the Moon, is talking about you're going to come into this space where you're going to have a lot more willingness for the uncertain, for the mystery. You're also going to invite in a lot of magic, because when you start working at the level of the heart, you never know where it's going to go, and you never know what you're going to get back. But what you do get back, it becomes magical. Like, you know, when you open your heart to someone and they respond, and then you have that connection and it deepens, and it's so beautiful and so profound. And yes, it is magical. And I feel like this is you stepping into that realm of magic. And it does go along with having a higher tolerance for uncertainty, a higher tolerance for, oh, I don't know how they'll respond, I don't know how they're going to do this, and if I do invite them into the heart and they can't connect, and then this has to end, and then will I find someone else? And those are, you know, that's too much. That is way too much. It's about you just being, you know, like her arms are open, surrendered to it. This is the way it is. This is what I need to do. And so I'm going to do what I need to do for myself. And then I'm going to embrace the mystery of it, the magic of it, the journey of it, the unfolding of it, however it will unfold. But Spirit is saying with this Six of Wands, with this version of the Six of Wands, that either way, at the end, you know, if you follow this at some point with some person, you will be successful. You will find that match. You will be meeting someone who can meet you in the heart. And Six of Wands is about that success and the validation and the overcoming of difficult energy, triumph over difficult energy, to come into a balanced state and position. One that it also feels very good. One that is very yeah, that's the energy of it, triumph. So you will have that triumph. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's even a triumph of a relationship. You see how everybody is looking around? It's the kind of relationship that everybody wants, the kind of connection that everybody wants. And a lot of people just don't know how to get it, but you have a kind of advance in that field because it's through the heart, and the heart is a space in which you are at home. You are at home in your own heart. And so now you need to work that heart connection to find someone else who can be at home in the heart connection with you. Ah, that's beautiful. So love, good. I'm so happy it ended there. Well, it didn't end there because I have a last message for you, and it says surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Exactly. This is who you are. Surrender to who you are. This is what it is. This is what it is for you to find those connections that you really want, need, deserve. And again, this could be a friendship, this could be in your family, and this can of course be a significant other or even a workplace. But whatever that connection is, to find something that really nurtures you, you need to go through the heart, and that's what it is. So surrender to it. It will help you in the long run, right? You can go through that willingly, or you can go kicking and screaming way on down the line with more hurt and more stuff in between. It is completely up to you, and which is also the good news, and it also is what it is. It's completely up to you. So love, thank you for watching. That was your reading. That was so fascinating. Thank you so much for bringing this energy. I just really love that reading. I'm sending you so much love. I wish you all the best for you and in this connection. May you be blessed always and in all ways. And if this reading served you, then consider subscribing. That's the word, subscribing, so that you can know when I'm posting the others, because I always post in flow. And if you're interested in me and my work, check out the description box. All the information is there. I am sending you lots and lots and lots of love, and I'll be seeing you around. Bye. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the third pile. Spirit has got some message for you. Wow. Let's go through it. We've got love here. We've got an Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, perception. We have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And we have moving on with the equivalent of the Eight of Cups in that deck. So love, you look at this card, and this is literally it. This is why I call you love to begin with, because I know that you're divine. And to me, the universal force of love is divine energy. So everyone, we all are love embodied. So I call you love, especially in this work that we're doing together. And this card is speaking to that. It's talking about you being a divine being, a spiritual being, at one with the universal force of love. And it's talking about some work that you've been doing on yourself. And this is spirit wanting to let you know, look, you've done a lot of work on yourself, and you have aligned with the spiritual force of love. Because what happens sometimes is that we do this work, and then we think that it's not enough, or we think that we should be a certain way. But spirit is saying that with the Queen of Cups and perception, there is something about how you're feeling yourself, and you're aware of yourself, where you're not seeing that you really have built this beautiful alignment, and you've built it so much that with this Ace of Pentacles, your fire, your passion, the energy you've put in healing and transforming yourself is getting ready to manifest. It is set up. That alignment is set up, and it can now manifest into something specific. In a general sense, for me, the Ace of Pentacles is a new stage of life. So it's like if we were students, we graduate and then we get a job. If we were dating someone and we were single, then we become a couple. Like boyfriend, girlfriend. If we were boyfriend, girlfriend, we get married. It's about graduation to the next levels, taking things to the next level. And there's a manifestation here that is going to make that happen for you. Or at the very least, what Spirit is saying is that you've built your energy to the point where you can make that manifestation. You can start that new life. You can go on this new stage, but you're not quite aware of it because you're not applying the right criterias. The right criterias. To really see that you are ready, to really see that you are aligned for what it is. I feel like this cosmos, this energy has been talking to you or inspiring you, bringing through desires, dreams, yearnings, things that you want to go for. We also, we have these planets. You're ready for a Star Trek. You're ready for a journey. You're ready to go. You're really ready to go into a big, grand adventure where something really, truly beautiful and amazing can come into being. Now, we do have a dual dynamic here that is making it harder also for you. That's also why you're not perceiving it. I feel like at some level you just don't want to. And so spirit is wants to talk to you about that, because on the one hand you are feeling the call. Answer the call. What is your soul calling on you to do? And there is again that dream, that yearning, something that you're looking towards and something that's calling to you. You might be seeing getting a lot of signs or readings like this saying, hey, hey, hey. Spirit is saying, hey, 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 come on, let's go, let's go. Your soul from within you, your this passion, this drive that wants to manifest is just making itself known. But you are aware that with the Eight of Cups here, it would mean moving on from something. It would mean moving on from someone. It would mean moving on from, again, that old stage of life. And Spirit is saying that's understandable because it's a whole process on its own. So it would be like, you know, when you're a student, you have much more flexible schedule and you can travel much more easily. You can party more. You have a very different life. And when you start, if you were to start a job, then there are different requirements and a different way that just requires you to be much more I think committed. You know, I feel like that would be the general energy. Even if you have a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, taking it to the next level would require commitment. And so it's not the commitment in itself that is kind of turning you off. It's more the ending of what has been. And Spirit is saying that's very, very natural. It's very natural to fear. Actually, when I took out this card to set it up, it did come up in reverse, but I don't read them in reversals. But now that I'm interpreting it, I can see the meaning in that. That there's this energy of being, of trying to block the natural movement onwards. Because that's it. Change always happens naturally. Everything is change. Everything's always changing. And when things kind of stay stuck for a while or stay the same for a very long time, it's often because we are forcing it to. And you don't want that. Spirit is saying you don't want that because you're ready. You're so ready. So let's get some more energy on making the shift. Spirit, what is it that the viewer, what is it that love needs to do? Our love, what do they need to do to go? What popped up? It's the Two of Wands, yeah. Yeah. We've got the Hanged Man. And we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay. And I love this. The illustrations are just spot on. Look. The Two of Wands is talking about some perspective where you see that what it is that you're wanting is yours. You see how this person is high up in the mountains looking over this view, and I'm getting this energy of dominion, which is also one of the meanings of the Two of Wands. You have the ability to get what it is that you want. This manifestation, it is yours for the taking. It is yours to make it happen. You just have to put your energy into it, and you only have to put in 2 wands. It's not like you have to be the King of Wands to make it happen. You just have to basically go for it. Decide that you want it, go for it, and you're going to manifest it. You're going to have it. This dream, it's waiting on you to basically just make it happen. With the Hanged Man, and especially this depiction of the Hanged Man is when we put ourselves in a difficult position because we're trying to gain enlightenment. And usually the Hanged Man is hanging from a tree, but this is someone who's put themselves in that position literally. They're holding it through the strength of their own body. And this is Spirit saying that, again, reiterating this message, it's up to you. You can stay in this energy of being stuck, of trying to wait for an illumination, or you can create a breakthrough for yourself and take yourself out of that position and out of this energy and moving on with the Queen of Swords through this a form of lucidity and clarity, because you know, I feel with the Queen of Swords, you know, but you don't want to know that you know, but you know that it's up to you. And you may actually, you know, always in good faith, you may actually believe that there's something outside of you that needs to cause this shift and this movement onwards. And so Spirit is saying, well, in that case, all the more reason for me to tell you that you are the one who's putting energy into upholding this in-between state. This in-between state will last as long as you choose for it to last. And you can come out of it by being very clear, by coming into a space of clarity. And one of the things about the Queen of Swords, also her strength, is a philosophy. To having a very philosophical perspective, meaning that sometimes also when we go after our dreams, we think it's the end all and be all. We think that maybe like if I try once, then it has to succeed that one time, otherwise it's never going to work. Or we think that yeah, we're thinking too practically, getting bogged down in details. But I feel like what's mostly coming up is this is looking at it with a little bit of humor and again a philosophical perspective. You know, it's all will be well. It's all good. I just have to try. I feel like there might be a motto that you have that you can use for yourself, or affirmations, to also use affirmations, yeah, to get yourself in the right mindset. There we go. It's about getting yourself in the right mindset. So, well, there we go. I did ask the question in my mind. I asked, like, what will come of this? If you do this, what will come of this? We've got Major Arcana number 6, the Lovers. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have got the King of Pentacles. Well, there you go. So, first of all, with the Lovers, this is a card that for me talks about existential choice. This is about you choosing the kind of person that you want to be. You don't choose something like working with the universal force of love, or an alignment like this, working creative energy at this level. You don't choose it for the outcome, right? Which I know, but I still ask the cards because I just kind of expect that the outcome isn't going to be, you're going to get all the stuff that you want. But it's reiterated, right? And so Spirit is saying you're going to choose, you're going to decide who you want to be and what kind of life you want to lead. You're going to set that intention forward. You're going to choose to decide to be someone who explores their potential, lives out their potential, who claims dominion over what is there for them to do. This is here for you to do. This is here for you to create. And you're going to decide to be someone who goes for that, who sees things with clarity. You're going to be someone who leans into their destiny, who answers the call. And there's, you know, there's not a lot of us on the planet, people who answer the call of their soul, because it's not easy to do. But you can do it. And actually, it's the way that it's set up, there's a quite easy path for you here. It's a lot easier than you think. Also with this Queen of Swords, with the 7 of Wands, this is a card that talks to me about integrity. But when you see this depiction, honestly, I would look at this card and I was like, how's this a 7 of Wands? But in this instance, it does make sense because it's a card of integrity. And you see how there's one here who's watering, there's one who is who has gathered grain, and the other one is standing here with a stick to defend. Even the dog is there, the mature dog. Then there are little puppies. Basically, everybody has their place and their energy to bring in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is that what's needed for you to do in the grand scheme of things and in this process, you're going to do it. You will have owned your part in the process, which is to go for it. And the rest will come through Spirit, which is the King of Pentacles, which is a lot of prosperity. And moreover, the King of Pentacles talks about knowing how to create prosperity. So again, Spirit didn't say you're going to get a lot of stuff. Spirit said you're going to gain the ability to know how to create a lot of prosperity for yourself in your life through realization. Of course, you're going to learn by doing it, but you're also going to have this ability with you that I feel like maybe later on Spirit is going to ask you to put it to work on behalf of the universal force of love, right? So that this also does feel like it's something that you have to do so that you signify to the universe who you are, and then bigger tasks, bigger missions will come along, but where you have resources, you have the ability to take that on and to succeed with it, to prosper with it. You're setting yourself up also for future success that will include doing the work of the universal force of love here on this planet. Wow. Okay, love, that was a reading. I have a takeaway for you that I picked along with the other cards. We've got surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. And I feel like what it's saying, actually, surrender your desire to control the situation. So there is a control element here. You can't know how things are going to work out. But if you do back off from that, if you do regroup, if you give the situation room to become what it is going to be, you will be amazed. You just have to do your part, but surrender the desire to control things that really are not for you to control, including these outcomes. But Spirit did tell you that they're going to be amazing, and Spirit keeps its promises, that's for sure. So that was the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it served you. I hope that you got light, inspiration, some guidance that you were needing at this time, that you want, that you need, that you deserve. And I'm sending you lots of love and wishing you all the best. May you be blessed always and in all ways. And if you would like more of these kinds of readings, please subscribe. Please subscribe. If you're interested in me and my work, then check out the description box. And for my part, I will be seeing you around. Bye, love.